Hey guys, welcome back to Level 1. Happy New Year's to everyone watching. I hope you've had a wonderful start to your year. My New Year's resolution is to add more content and incorporate more of your comments into the game. So if you got any cool ideas, just let me know down in the comments below. Anyways, I've added so many things in today's video, so let's get straight into it. The very first thing that I've added is the slash line effect that connects all the objects that you've slashed. The more objects that you slash, the longer the slash line will be. It looks amazing and feels so much more satisfying to slash things. It gives a real-time feedback that you've cut something open. And it kind of feels like this scene from One Piece when Odin absolutely destroys the mountain god. I use Godot's Line 2D node to draw this line, and over 0.5 seconds, the width reduces to 0 pixels, and the opacity fades to 0. I've used an object pooling technique that allows me to keep a pool of these Line 2Ds. When I need to show a slash line, I simply get the next available slash line from the pool and use it. This saves the computer performance at the cost of using a little bit extra memory, but because the slash line happens so often, this is a worthy trade-off. If you've ever played Dark Souls 3 or Elden Ring, bosses usually do a pre-attack animation so you can learn their patterns and predict their behavior. Thanks to Demo's awesome suggestion, the Piranha Plant now always pulls back a little bit before shooting out a fireball. This pullback gives the player anticipation that something is about to come, and makes the attack more predictable, and like what Demo said, this prevents angry and unnecessary deaths to the player. And while I was working on the Piranha Plant, I've also added a cool fire smoke trail behind the fireball as it flies through the air. I think it brings the fireball to life, and it makes it look more dangerous than before. It doesn't make sense to have a Piranha Plant enemy that shoots out fireballs that doesn't hurt you when you get hit. I've now added a heart system at the top left that shows you how much HP you've got left. I initially wanted to create a progress bar type of health system like many other games, but I decided on the Zelda-style hearts instead. The smallest damage that you can take is half a heart. You start the game with 5 hearts, so you can survive 10 small attacks before you get unalived. In traditional games, you usually do this by having a singleton to store all your game references, such as the player, the heart GUI, etc. Then when the player gets hit, the player will call GUI.update hearts, for example. This way of doing it makes the code coupled and very messy. The way I built this is by using Godot's amazing signal system using a global signal bus. If the player gets damaged, it simply emits an on-damage signal, and then whatever cares about that signal, in this case the GUI, can listen to that signal and handle what needs to be done. To further polish the damage feedback, whenever the player is damaged, there is a sound effect, the player shakes a little, and a vignette effect that shows around the border of the screen. This gives the player a bit of urgency to avoid getting hurt anymore. Similar to the heart system, I've also added a dash system using Godot's signals. I initially drew a progress bar style to show how much stamina or dash attack you have remaining, but I didn't like how it doesn't match the heart system, so it kinda looks like a thermometer. So I switched to a sword symbol instead. You start the game with 3 dash attacks, and each time you dash, it consumes a slot. This is kind of like how much stamina the player has. After about 4 seconds, the dash attack gets regenerated for you to use again. So you can continuously spam the dash and zip across the map like Death Eaters from Harry Potter. I found that having to look at the top left to see how many hearts and how many dash attacks I have remaining was a little too cumbersome. It takes my attention away from the actions in the game if I have to look away from my character. I changed it so that whenever the number of hearts changed, or if the dash attacks changed, it briefly shows for a few seconds above the player's head before fading away. Some other small improvements I've added is that whenever the player jumps or dashes and then lands on the ground, he will do a roll landing, which is much better for his little knees. I think it looks cooler and a little more badass than before. And the next thing I've added is this tall grass field that you can run and slice through. It feels so satisfying, and I can run around and cut through these grass all day. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Have you noticed that I've added our very first animal into the game? Can you spot it? It's a butterfly. It has 2 color variants, a blue and a yellow one. This butterfly inherits my sliceable class, so it can be cut down. I initially drew a basic flat version, but it felt really off. After some more time, I drew a side version and it looks so much better. Because it's a small and light butterfly, I've set its gravity scale to about 0.1, so after you slice it, it falls down nice and slow like a feather. Thank you for watching my first devlog of 2025. What do you think of the little updates I've added in this video? Please like and subscribe and let me know in the comments below. And with that, the 2024 season comes to an end. Goodbye.
Sweep the streets.